I'm not going to kill. Only salvage. I am the light.
Lost her. You took her. She was your sister. You're supposed to...
Hey everyone, we are here at Comic-Con talking to the cast of Van Helsing. We have some amazing interviews coming your way, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, I am so excited because you were a newbie last season. So what was it like to really settle in to be part of the team this season?
You know what? It's been really, really great. I came in season 2 about halfway through, and the transition has been incredible, to say the least. And I know a lot of people say working with their cast is great, but I'm going to say no. Our cast is the best. If I can. But it's been such an amazing journey, and I can't wait for you guys to see this season because you guys are going to see even more.
Well, we got a lot of backstory about your character last season, which everyone loved so much. This season, are we going to be getting more of that backstory? Are we going to kind of see the characters and the storyline going more forward than backward?
I think can I say you're gonna find more of a side story? Can I say that?
Sure, what's a side story?
Things
story? We don't know.
Just things that, little hints to things. You're definitely gonna see her evolve, whether it's forward or backwards, that you have to tune into. But there's definitely some changes that are coming, and but they're all still in great ivory glory.
So first of all, besides Dracula being female, what else do you bring to the character that hasn't been brought to the other Draculas before?
Well, I'm certainly not an encyclopedia on the other Draculas, so I can't really say. So correct me if I'm wrong. But our version is she's a little bit more. I even kind of feel funny saying she because it's a little bit more of just a androgynous, creature-ish aspect than a very, I would say, one typical female, or I think Dracula has always been very male, right? And our version is, I'm not making sense of what I'm saying, but our version is definitely a little bit more, I would say, on the odd side. Okay. Creature-ish, a little bit more of that type.
So tell me a little bit about how you think your character has developed over the years. What's the biggest change that's happened for you?
I think what I really love about it is that we went from season 1 Julius being one of the badass vampires on the show to then this, restoration and this journey that he was on of righting his wrongs. And now we've gone into Julius being not only this character that really wants to do well in the world as opposed to what he was doing in the beginning, but now it's the humanity aspect of it. Now he's there for everybody as opposed to righting his wrongs. So I love that kind of general growth that he's been going.
But you have one of the most beautiful arcs of a series, I think. You change so much. You start off, deaf, right? And you're not, and then you kind of become a different person several times throughout this show. What has this journey been like for you, and did you know what it was going to be like starting off?
I knew elements of what it would be starting off. The journey, we had no idea. They wrote season 1, and that was it, with ideas of potential arcs for the character. They didn't really share that with me. All they did, I knew that Sam was who he was in season 1, but that was it. What was going to happen at the end of season 1, that was a surprise. So every step has been a little bit of a gift. You receive the scripts and you go, oh, okay, this is where we're going now. Okay, all right, cool. It's been fun. It's a very enjoyable ride.
You have just joined this cast. I don't know we know much about your character, but what can you tell us?
I can tell you that Jack has been kind of surviving on the road this whole time up until you meet her. So she's pretty scrappy. And at this point, she learns what she likes, what she doesn't like, and she knows what she wants, and she's going for it.
What specifically attracted you to this character that you were like, I want this, I cannot wait to play this role?
How strong she is. Because, even on my day-to-day life, I take inspiration from Jack because sometimes you're like, you know what, Jack would put up with this. So it's a little bit of strength in you, and I find her pretty inspiring.
So, would you say that what you've learned from your character specifically is to just not take no for an answer, or just to keep on going? Like, what is it that you've learned?
Persevering, if you really want something, to go for it, and to stand your ground, and to really stand by your morals.
Tell me a little bit about getting the role and what that process was like for you.
Well, when I found out I got this role, Violet, in Van Helsing, I only had 2 days to pack up and move my whole life to Vancouver where we shoot. So that was pretty intense and I was pretty shocked. But it's been an awesome experience so far. It's been really great.
I know that you can't tell us much because of spoilers, but what can you tell us about Violet?
Well, what I can tell you about Violet is that she is this amazing, agile, dangerous fighter. When you first meet her in the show, she's like beating up about half a dozen guys. Like she's just pop, 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 just hitting all of them. But she has all this information about fighting, but she doesn't really actually know much about the vampire world because her father, Hanson, keeps her locked up in this military compound called Fort Collins. I can say that. That is okay.
Fort Collins, you guys.
Yeah. And so what you find is that my journey, Violet's journey through the story, is that her leaving Fort Collins and figuring out more about this vampire world with the help of a lot of amazing people along the way.
First, I want to ask, what is the favorite thing of yours, creature, folklore, mythology, that didn't exist that you guys created?
Well, I think, and it was one of the very first ideas that actually sold the show to the network, was this idea of being able to have a Van Helsing be able to bite and turn a vampire back to human. That's something I've never seen in vampire lore before. Obviously, the Bram Stoker stuff, Van Helsing was just a vampire killer. But I've never seen a vampire that's, somebody who could turn them. So that was a really key invention that's carried through all of our seasons and is at the core of our show.
What are some of your favorite vampire movies, TV shows, books, comic books that really kind of inspired this vision for you?
Well, definitely the core of everything is the Bram Stoker's, iconic work. And then in terms of vampire movies, we drew a little bit from everything. We definitely drew from, obviously the original Van Helsing was much more historically based, but we took a little bit from there. We took a little bit from films like, what's the 28 Days? We took a little bit from that. We took a little bit from, basically we sat, this is one of the things we did in the writing room. We sat down and we watched basically everything in genre. And did a really deep dive on, let's cherry pick some stuff that we like and kind of fold that in. So it's a little bit of a mishmash of a whole bunch of different things.